Hey guys, and what is up? Thank you for tuning in for another video by Razor Gaming. Today we will be talking about emulators. These things are really interesting and great for retro gaming, especially if you like really old games. So what I'm going to be showing you guys today is how to get this, how to install it, where to get your games from, all that good stuff. So what we're going to be looking at today is NSE emulators, right? So that's like real. I don't even know what that system is, to be honest here. There's also the SNES. It's like a newer version of the NES. And then the Nintendo 64. Even though that says Force, it is still 4. It's just the name of the application. Okay, now to get right into this, all of these emulators will allow you to use your PS3 controller or Xbox. It's basically the same thing as my tutorial on Joystick Mapper, but instead of using Joystick Mapper, you don't even have to open that. In the program, it allows you to configure your controller. So I'll show you guys how to do that later. But first, let's get into it. Let's do it. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to open our browser, and what we're going to type in is the emulator that you want first. So what we'll do is the NES emulator. So we'll go NES emulator. There we go. Okay. One of the big ones that you'll see is Cool ROM. Now this website used to be really good for getting ROMs from, but now there's been a lot of copyright issues with it, I guess, so it's not as good. So what I use is Nestopia, but if you guys want to use another one, all the power to you. By the way, works for Mac and Windows, but Windows is a different application. So if you want a specific one, I would suggest you write in Google NES emulator for PC or Windows, vice versa for Mac, and then you should get the specific version. Okay, get back into it here. So now we're going to come to this page. If you're using Cool ROM, I suggest you do that. What's going to happen is this is going to continue to load. For some reason, this website takes forever on my computer. I do not know why. Now we're going to hit that download button, right? We're going to see that pop up over here. Don't worry about this. This is not an advertisement. Well, it's an advertisement, but it's not a survey. But yeah, don't click. Just wait the 4 seconds. Trust me. Download your file or save it to Dropbox, whatever one you prefer. Once we get to our downloads folder, what we're going to do is we're going to search for it. So NES downloads. Okay, so Nestopia 141.dmg. So we're going to double click that, and we're going to go through it. And this is a download to make sure it works. It should work no matter what, though. So all you got to do is you don't even have to put this into your applications folder. You can just pull this out and pull it to wherever you would like. Once you have that, I suggest making a folder on your desktop called NES Emulator Games, and then you put your emulator in there along with all the other games. Okay, so the process is basically the same for the rest of the emulators. I will have the download links for each one in the description for Windows and Mac. Yep, so now I'll just show you how to get the games. It's pretty much the same thing for each and every one of them. Just make sure you got the specific game, because if you download an NES file for 64, it's not going to work. So make sure when you got the file after you extracted it from the zip file, if that's what it comes in, or the .dmg into the zip and then from the zip to the actual file. Make sure that if you want it for the 64, you get the .n64 or .z64 or anything that ends in 64. Make sure if you want the SNES game that it ends in a .sfc. Some of the games just come with a title, but you can always go right click and say open with, and if it does not show up, you can always go other to make sure that it works for that. To continue, exact same thing for the NES. Now I have a bunch of games here that I've gotten them pretty quick. They're about like 73 kilobytes per game, pretty easy, pretty quick. So what you want to do is you'll be like NES games for Mac ROM downloads, right? So this will pop up. You'll usually get the cool ROM, right? But like I said, I would not recommend that for getting the ROM files, just for getting the emulators. I'll also throw in a couple links down below where you can get some pretty cool ROM games from. And if you have a specific game, make sure you incorporate that, because then you'll be more likely to end up with that. Okay, so here is a game, Joe and Mac. So what you do is you would download it, and you get the point. Just search it up. I'll give you some links in the description. Yeah. So I would recommend using the 64s, the SNES 9X, and the Nestopia. I will have all the links for those in the description. Feel free to go and get different versions of each thing. And now let's move on to setting up the controller. Okay, guys, so what I have up here right now is just Super Mario Bros. This is the classic version. So what you're going to want to do is, this thing might run as just a computer. I am not doing that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up here to options. And as you can see here, we can always click full screen mode, which works really well. It's better than this. Also, you can go up to Nestopia at the top here and go to preferences. You want to click that for me, and then you're going to go to joysticks. Now, see, I have everything set up here. It's pretty simple. So once you have the PS3 controller hooked up, you should go check out my other tutorial if you have not already. You will be going into Bluetooth and then a whole nother setup. I will just click right there on the Bluetooth, and you'll be redirected to my other video tutorial on how to set up the PS3 controller to your MacBook. Don't worry, that's pretty quick. It'll be pretty easy. So to continue, once you have set that up, and if you have not known already, please go check out my other tutorial. You will be looking at unmapped on every single thing, right? As soon as you click set, it'll realize that your PlayStation controller is connected to your computer through Bluetooth, and if you don't press any buttons, it'll eventually say PlayStation controller unnamed element. To set a button, you just press set and click that button. There you go. I pressed X and now it's there. If you don't want it there, you press clear. The Nestopia emulator, it gives you the basics already here set up for you, so you can just like player 1 left, right, down, up, and then you set it what you want on your controller. Player 2, and yes, this works for 2-player games, not 4-player but 2-player. There's a bunch of other things, cool things you can play around here. I found that full screen does not work on your controller. It'll just go, I'll just show you guys here actually. So set that to 8. I'll play this game and it'll crash and go back to there. So I would not recommend using full screen like that. I would just go here and click it. Yeah, that's just me. Okay guys, so to continue again, let me just lower this. The Super Mario Kart I have playing up right now, I have just frozen it right now by double clicking the screen in this emulator, the SNES 9X. This one's a little bit more tricky. There's a lot more things to it, but it is still pretty easy at the same time. So you can apply cheats here. Net play is to play with other people, I'm assuming. Have never tried it. Configure is to configure your controllers. So you're going to want to go up to config controllers. Once you click that, you'll be over here, and yeah, now you can configure your controls for each player up to 8 players, I'm assuming. That's, yeah, I did not know that till now, but yeah. So I have not really used this emulator a lot, so you're gonna have to try to work it out yourself, to be honest here. Just mess around with it, have some fun. Okay, and last, the 64. So I'll just load up a game here. This will be Super Smash Bros. So what you're going to want to do for this is you're going to do the same as we did for the first one on the Nestopia. You're going to go up to 64, so you're going to go to Preferences. Click that for me. This one's a little bit more easy, you could say. So it already recognizes your controllers and your keyboard. So all you got to do is when you come up here, you'll see that both controllers are set to 1. And you don't want that, right? So you're going to want to go and change it. And it goes up to 4 controllers, right? So if you have 4 controllers through Bluetooth connected to your computer, you're going to want to make sure that they're not all 1, or you're all going to be controlling the same guy, right? So make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. This one's pretty self-explanatory. So yeah, I'll just show you guys quickly here that my controller actually works. So I'll leave my mouse up here, and yeah, I'll be right back. Okay guys, so as you can see, here's my controller, and I'm going to be using it to control the screen. As well as I'm doing this, I'm going to be showing you on the other side the actual gameplay. So here we go. I'm just going to move this down. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go down to 1 player mode and training mode, and I'll just pick Link here. There we go. Okay, pick a random stage. Okay, so here we go. As you can see, I'm using the controller, X to hit, correct, this up toggle on the toggle to jump, and O is to do your long shot, you could say, for Link. L1 is to send out a special attack, I guess. R1 is to send out the special attack, my bad. L2 is to hold a shield, and L1 is to do, I'm not really sure what L1 does, to be honest here. Yeah, so there you go, guys. I am actually using this. I am not faking it. There you go. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you guys next time on Razor Gaming. Peace out.